Hello, welcome to another tutorial from BensBox. Today we're going to be looking at the for loop, another one from PHP. Hopefully you just watched the while loop tutorial, because you will need to see this before you watch this one. So if you haven't, go and watch that one first, just so you can get the basics of the while loop. Just make sure you understand this one just a little bit easier, because this will be cut down slightly. Okay, basically the for loop does the same as a while loop. Okay, so it basically does a precise task whilst a condition turns out to be true. Okay, so as you can see, just like the example I had on the last tutorial, I've got this is 0, this count is 0, this count is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me show you the for loop. Okay, again it goes in between the PHP tags. Okay, whereas last time we used while, obviously this time we use for, so we write for, and then we have our brackets to define the conditions, and then we have our curly brackets which defines the task. Okay, so as you can see, the condition here is a little bit different from previous. Okay, last time we would have written count is equal to 0. Okay, and in here every time it run around in the while loop we would have done count plus plus. Okay, in the for loop that's all been taken care of. Basically a for loop is a tidier way of doing a loop. Okay, so here we've defined our created our counter value, a variable, which was count at the first tutorial. Okay, so I is set at 0 for the first bit, and here is our actual condition that we're checking. So every time I is less than 5, it will do this task. Okay, and here's the last bit, our incrementation part. Okay, so every time this for loop runs, it's going to get the value of I, it's going to check if it's less than 5, and every time it's going to add 1 to the value of I. Okay, so hopefully if you did watch the while loop tutorial, it is exactly the same, apart from we stick the counter and the incrementation inside of the for loops brackets. Okay, so it is just, like I say, a tidy way of creating a loop. The outcome is always the same. So let me show you again in the example that we had last time, and that was within an array. Okay, so we'll just write an array. I'm pretty sure we just used A, B, C, D, E. Oh, and this time we just use F. Okay, and I've missed out that. There we go. Okay, so this time what we're going to do, print out the array each time. So we're still going to have I, because I is going to indicate the ID as well as the counter. Every time I is less, oh, we haven't done the count. Okay, count equals count. There you are. Okay, so this is going to be the total number of items in the array. So count and I plus plus. And this okay, plus plus and an array. Oh, what was it? With I. Okay, so this time it's going to print out the array value, the array item value each time. Okay, so let me just double check this works before we carry on. Okay, so this is A, B, C, D, D, la, la. Beautiful. Okay, so hopefully, like I say, if you watched the previous tutorial, the while loop tutorial, you'll understand the basics of this. I shouldn't have to go into it again. If you just jumped straight into the for loop tutorial, please just go back, look at the while loop tutorial, and then you can use this for loop tutorial without any worries, as long as you understand the while loop. Okay, so again, you can use it with the arrays, you can use normal counts, you can change the condition itself, you know, obviously again you can greater than, equal to, whatever. Okay, but just remember, it's for the two brackets. Inside you set your counter, semicolon, set your condition, semicolon, you set your incrementation. Okay, and then in between your curly brackets that come afterwards, that is where you create the actual task itself. That will implement, that will display each time. Okay, just to show you as well, which I didn't show you in the last one, plus plus obviously equals and 1. Okay, but just so you know, if you do plus equals, let's say 10, it's not going to work for this example, so we'll have to just remove this because obviously we've only got 5. Okay, but plus 10 means it will increment each time by 10. Okay, we just want to prove it to you, so we'll do less than 100. Okay, and we'll just print I each time. Whoops, that didn't work. Greater than, that's fine. That's them. Okay, so every time I is less than 100, it's going to print this, and each time this for loop runs, we're going to add 10 to it. Okay, so 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Alright, so hopefully you understand this. I really do hope so, because I remember when I first teaching myself PHP, it was the loops that sort of made me back up a little bit and think, you know, this is a bit too much. But I want to do some examples, and when you go through the series with us, you will understand the basics of it a bit better as we use it in real examples, and the uses. As soon as you understand the use for everything, I think it does help a lot. Okay, but again, that's the for loop. Okay, please practice it yourself, but again, like I said in the last tutorial, do double check that the loop itself is going to end at some point, otherwise you're going to have some problems. Alright, so yeah, thank you for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.